Hi folks, I'm Chuck Black. We're doing Quokka Prime from scratch. Today's topic is adding Python packages to your system and to your code. So now that we have our Ubuntu VM installed and we have PyCharm installed and running, we need to next look at installing software that does not come standard with Python. For example, when I run L01 device, I get this output and everything works fine. If I look at L02 devices, I could look and I would notice that this little red squiggly is telling me that I have an unresolved reference tabulate. If I were to attempt to run this program by right-clicking and saying run L02 devices, it's going to give me my familiar traceback, which says module not found, error, no module name tabulate. Now, if you want to use PyCharm, you can click on this and you can see that it will give you this red light bulb, and you can click on install package tabulate, and if you do this, it doesn't seem to work, at least not on my system. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to install it, and this is how I normally install things anyway. So let's install it from the terminal window. So here I am in my terminal window. If I was to install this, I would be saying something like pip3 install tabulate. And when I run that, it says command pip3 not found, but can be installed with sudo apt install python 3 pip. So let's try that. Sudo apt install python 3-pip. And I need to give my password. It says, do I want to continue? I'm going to say yes. So it's adding a bunch of stuff so that I can run my pip3, which is the Python package installer. And it has almost completed. And now it's complete. So now let's try our pip3. Let's just do this and see if it knows about it. I hit the tab key and it went ahead, so it does. Let's go about installing this. Install tabulate. So that went pretty quick. It successfully installed tabulate. So now at this point in time, I'm going to go back to PyCharm, and I'm hoping that PyCharm will become aware of the fact that tabulate is actually now part of what has been installed on my path. In fact, why don't I try to just run it? Okay, we've seen that it is run successfully. Here even is my tabulated code. So at some point in time, Python, I don't know that it wakes up every couple, up there it went. So it now is happy with tabulate. So tabulate is there. Now you'll see in other of these programs, certain things are required, like M02 files. For JSON stuff, it's analyzing, and the question is it going to find JSON? And the answer is yes. So we know that that's part of the standard Python package. You get JSON for free. If I go to XML example, then it's doing its analyzing bit once again, and you can see it's done, and it found an error up, and here's an error, XML to dict. So it says no package XML to dict. So that could be something that I could do as well. In fact, if I was to do it, I could just come down here and say XML to dict. Is that how it's spelled? I think so. So you could go through these and install everything that you see if you're interested in running Python 52 weeks. Now some of these, the stuff that needs to be run as super user, you'd need to do a sudo install, just a heads up. That would be things like nmap and things like, let's see, Scapy. I can't remember if PyShark requires it or not, but you may need to do sudo, because when you do sudo, you're actually a different user. So there may be issues there. Just make sure you're aware of that. So we now know how to install packages that are not available. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start to look at the real code that we care about, which is the code that is doing Quokka Prime. Hey, thanks for watching this episode on Quokka Prime from scratch. I'm Chuck Black. If you do have questions or comments, feel free to leave a message with this video. I'm also on Twitter at Chuck A. Black. If you want to send email with a question, comment, or just to say hi, the email address you can reach me at is python.52.weeks@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel. I hope these lessons are helping you to achieve your goals towards becoming a real software developer. So long for now, and see you at the next episode.